In 2009, just a day before her 20th birthday, a woman from Punjab's Moga made her debut for India against arch rivals Pakistan. 14 years later, that very woman has proved to be a trailblazer in her sport, and she is, of course, our special newsmaker on the show today. An exceptional athlete, a true icon of Indian cricket and a remarkable leader, the captain of the women in blue, Harmanpreet Kaur. She's achieved some incredible feats in her career so far, including the most recent being named as one of Wisden's 5 Cricketers of the Year, the first Indian woman cricketer to ever make that eminent list. This award, considered to be the most prestigious accolade in cricket, is given to players who made an outstanding contribution to the game in the previous calendar year. Harmanpreet also led the Mumbai Indians side to a historic title in the first ever edition of the Women's Premier League recently. And for that and a lot more, it's a great pleasure to now be joined by the captain of India, Harmanpreet Kaur. Harmanpreet, it's a great pleasure and a privilege to have you with us. And first of all, congratulations from all of us for that very prestigious accolade of being named Cricketer of the Year by Wisden.
First of all, thank you so much, and definitely it's a great moment for me, and I'm really happy that my achievement everyone is celebrating back home, and I think I'm so grateful for everyone and all the supporters. They have been a great support for me, and I think it's a great moment for me.
Now, of course, that award has been linked to many special performances that you've had this year. Some talk, of course, that it could have been linked to that Canterbury knock that you played, which was absolutely breathtaking. Do you think that's one of the best innings you've ever played? Of course, I still remember that innings against Australia, which I also thought was incredible.
I think, recently, yes. I think that against England, that was a very special moment for me, because the way, I built that inning, that taught me a lot of things. The first 100 ball, I just scored 100 runs, in the next 10, 11 balls, 43 runs. So I think, that inning taught me a lot of things as a cricketer and as a captain. Being there on the crease is so important. We have been listening these things from childhood, that whenever you're on the crease, you can change the game, you can do a lot of things, but when you're actually there and actually able to express yourself, you're always going to learn. I think that inning taught me a lot of things, and it's definitely recently one of my favorite innings.
So looking at those lessons, it's interesting that a lot of the power game seems to have come into women's cricket as well. I mean, if you look at some of the innings you played, Canterbury, certainly the one against Australia, the ease with which you and others seem to be able to hit the sixers, clear the boundary. Has that power game now come into women's cricket, and is that going to change the way the entire game is approached increasingly?
Yes, definitely. Nowadays in women cricket also, every team, especially in ODIs, they are really looking to score 300 runs on the board, because nowadays, the cricket is totally changed. Everybody can bat, everybody can ball. So, you have to get some really good total on the board. So, especially when you're playing against such a good team like England, Australia, you always need to look some decent total on the board. So I think, day by day, game is changing, the approach is changing.
I also just wanted to ask you about the WPL experience. It must have been a fantastic, of course, first season for you and the role you played with Mumbai Indians. How do you think the entire experience went, though? And looking forward, to what extent do you see the Women's Premier League transforming the game?
I think it was a great tournament for me. I have played so many leagues, but the experience we got from WPL was something which was so amazing. I think not only Indian players, even the overseas players, they were also so happy. So so positive about this tournament. Every game was so excited. We were looking to win, and I think we learned a lot from this tournament. And I think now the upcoming editions will be more excited, more challenging for all the teams.
One of the big things that happened with the IPL was the base. Not everyone can play for India, but a lot of people, especially in tier 2, tier 3, in rural areas, started to feel that the money which we can get from the IPL means that it's a viable career for us. So a lot of people started to take to cricket in the men's game from all sorts of parts of the country where cricket wasn't necessarily a major focus before. Do you see the same process now being repeated with the women's game, with the WPL? A lot of girls in different parts of the country saying, I also want to play cricket, and it doesn't matter if I can't get to play it for India, I still have a viable career.
We give a lot of hard work and and so much time to the sport, and but as you said, only 16 or 17 players can play for India, and others they don't have something where they can look after. But now when the WPL has come, so many cricketers, they are so excited. If they are not going to play for country, at least they have something where they can go and perform, and one more tournament is there where they can perform, and and still can get selected for the Indian team. And then definitely money is something which everyone and wants to earn, and I think it's a great platform when you do good, and every franchise is looking to pick you.
Harmanpreet, I happened to be in Mumbai on the 16th when that entire stadium was filled with young girls coming out, waving flags, getting really so excited. Must have been very heartwarming for you to see that, and to see those little girls saying, when I grow up, I want to be Harmanpreet, I want to be Smriti, I want to be Mithali Raj. Must be a very heartening thing for you to see.
Yeah, after meeting them, I felt so nice. The full stadium was packed with the little girls. They were cheering for Mumbai Indians, and I think, it was a great moment for them. And not only for them, I think I was also very amazed to see that that MI is doing so good for the little girls. They brought them to the stadium, and then it was so motivating for them, and definitely few of them definitely will get a cricket as a career, and maybe in other sports.
Okay, so what's next now, Harmanpreet? What's the next goal? A World Cup beckons at some point, no doubt. You'd like to win the World Cup. How do you see the Indian team positioned for that? The sort of strength there is now, people who are coming up. What is your next target?
Definitely, as you mentioned, our eyes always on the World Cup, and the previous World Cup taught us a lot of learnings, and we try to improve ourselves from there. And now the next year is also so much cricket is coming, and this year also we have so much cricket in the corner. I think we just want to grow as a team, and we already started working hard on our fitness, and many of us already in the NCA, they are working hard. And I think the World Cup is always special for any team, and same for us. And we just want to do something special in the World Cup.
All right, so Harmanpreet, at a time like this, when there's a slight gap in the schedule, a gap in the calendar, managing the workload, of course, is very important. So how are you relaxing? What are you doing? Are you catching up on serials, catching up on films? What are you doing to relax?
I'm spending some time with my family, and recently I just got a new puppy, so I'm just taking care of him. And I like to spend time with my dogs, with my family, and that is the most that is the best time when I relax the most.
Right, it's always fantastic to have a new puppy. What's the breed? What's the puppy called?
It's a Shih Tzu, and it's a full black, and really you see full black Shih Tzu, and luckily we got it, and really happy that the new members came to our family now.
All right, Harmanpreet, do enjoy the break, and it was absolutely fantastic talking to you and to catching up with you once again. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.